there's certainty with being a side chick.
Hmm.
And I know that sounds weird by me saying that, but there is certainty in being a side chick as opposed to what you just said. Once you're married to this dude, it's just like you would think that there's a certain amount of certainty, but you don't know. You kind of know what it is. You already all the fears are out the window when you're a side chick.
Hmm.
Right? Out the window, like I already know he's somebody else. I already know he's laying down with this woman at night.
Right. It's a safe space. The fear
Yeah.
goes out the window. A lot of women are side chicks because it's a safe space. The fears and the vulnerability, it's different being on the side than, okay, now we're in a home together. They don't.
And Jr.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to say something to you about the side chicks.
Talk to me, beloved. Talk to
Oh,
me.
oh, you're so good for my ego. I'm so
That's why
silly.
I'm here. You're supposed to make a woman feel special. But go ahead.
Oh my goodness, I'm so silly.
You know you married, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, yeah, sort of. We've been together for a long time. I
You know
haven't.
when the women start, copping pleas, talking about well, sort of, man,
No. He asked me.
come to the house. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no. He asked me, but I'm like, I like it the way it is.
Got you.
I love him.
I completely understand. You say less. I completely understand what you're talking about. But go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Side chicks.
Hmm.
I have a play sister, and she liked being the side chick because she did not have to have the pressure of having a full relationship,
Hmm.
and she would be with him whenever she wanted to be or whenever they wanted to be together. And as long as he was with his wife, that was okay. And I just was like, girl, you make no sense at all. You need to get your own man and stop doing that. But she did that for years. When she got married, all of a sudden she was paranoid. And I'm like, you, a lot of this is coming back on you as far as what you did. But side chicks like being side chicks. They like the gifts. They like being taken care of. They like everything. Wait a minute, let me backtrack for a second. They
You're right.
like they like all of the positivities that come with it because you're like a second wife without having all the issues.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And ladies, we need to stop that. We gotta stop that.
I
Don't
think
stop people's
I
homes.
think and there's a lot of women who are side chicks, and there's this whole polygamy conversation
Hmm.
or poly conversation that comes with this. But everything you said, even though it sounds crazy to you, it may be bliss to someone else or bliss to this woman. The fact that she gets, quote unquote, the positives and doesn't have to deal with the negatives. So when some of these guys are like, I want to leave my wife to be with you, they're like,
Hmm.
just like what you just said, with why would you want to marry me? It's good. I'm not saying exactly that's the same thing, but you're like, bro, what we got right now is good. I don't want to get married right now because you feel that way, right? That's what you said, right?
Hmm.
So that's the way some women feel about it. We got all this shit. I got gifts. We don't argue. You show me a good time. You take me out or whatever. I don't have to deal with the interpersonal bullshit that goes on at home. I don't have to wash your drawers. I don't have to do none of that stuff. Uh, but we have a good time when we're together. Why would I want to mess that up? Plus, I have the freedom of entertaining other men if I see fit because you're with your guy. So there's certainty, which I know it sounds weird. There's certainty with being a side chick.
Hmm.
And I know that sounds weird as fuck by me saying that. But there is certainty in being a side chick as opposed to what you just said. Once you're married to this dude, it's just like you would think that there's a certain amount of certainty, but you don't know. You kind of know what it is. You already all the fears are out the window when you're a side chick.
Hmm.
Right? All the fears are out of the window, out the window. Like I already know he's fucking somebody else. I already know he's laying down with this woman at night. All that stuff is there, so I understand. That's why I say like I live by me being divorced, a man that's been divorced and things like that. I take people at face value. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, it is what it is. If you want to live that life, if we come to an agreement and things like that, that's completely different. But people are gonna be people. You know what I'm saying? That whole karma thing you're talking about, that is real.
Yeah.
When you're fucking with somebody that's you're fucking with a married woman or a married man, you know what you've been doing. So when you do decide to walk down that aisle, what if they do this? I know I've been doing this all my life for X amount of years. I've been, i.e., my mom, side chick for 20 years. She decides to get married. This dude's fucking somebody, fucking 2 or 3 women. So I definitely agree, but I just feel that with side chicks, there's a level of certainty and they know what to expect at the end of the day.
Can I add on to something what you're saying?
Absolutely. That's why you're here. Go ahead. Yeah.
That you're missing. Now, one thing about side chicks is that she knows he's with his wife.
Absolutely.
Here's the interesting part. When he gets another side chick, she blew up.
She's still in the same position though.
No, she is a side chick. Just listen.
Go ahead.
She is a side chick. He has a wife and her, but he's sneaking around with someone else without her knowing. He only knew about her and his wife. He brings somebody else into the situation, and then he left her and his wife for that woman.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting. It was really interesting, and I've seen a lot of that, especially being here in DC. There's a lot of.
I was about to ask you. I was about to like, do you live in Baltimore? I hear them sirens and shit going off out there.
Oh,
like,
man, I live on the Strip. I live not too far from the White House.
Say less. Say less.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
I know where you at, because I'm about to say, damn, where she live at? Damn.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. But Lottie Dottie, you're right. We need to do a show on side chicks, because I know some chicks that have been side chicks, and then when he gets another side chick, it's like, oh, he's cheating on her, right?
Isn't that strange though? Isn't that? But I get it.
And JR, you're also right. It's a safe space. The fear goes out the window. A lot of women are side chicks because it's a safe space. The fears and the vulnerability, it's different being on the side than, okay, now we're in a home together. They don't know how to operate in that space. They're afraid. Like when you see women, they're like, oh, I'm afraid to do this. I'm afraid to do that. They are afraid. They feel like they still have some control when they are a side chick. But technically, when you completely open up with someone and you're committed to them, you are supposed to, they do have the power to hurt you. They absolutely have the power to hurt you, but that's life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part we need to get to. That's life, and you can't operate out of fear, but it is a safe space. And Lottie Dottie, I agree with you as well, that when the man gets another side chick, it's like, wait a minute, because now it's like another woman that is going to be getting the gifts, getting the trip, getting some of that stuff, right? So now it's split up. It's like, no, the wife is cool. You have to be okay with that, right? But not the other way. And JR, you're right. Karma is real. I was always told you will lose them how you get them.
Facts. Indeed.
You will lose them how you get them. I'll be damned if you think you're gonna be a side chick and you're gonna get with that man, he's gonna be faithful to you. Unless something just starts, you can't be, and then you're sitting up on pins and needles. Absolutely, because you've been in the other shoes. You're watching the calls, you're watching the text messages. Did he really go to the gym? You're doing all that stuff. You were living in fear.
And one last thing, and I'm going to go ahead and go, and that is there are, what is it, like 9 women to 1 man. That's scary. Scary. I'm going to be there.
I would probably be a side chick. No.
Oh, stop it, JR. Stop it. Shame on you. Shame.
Hey, I'm putting out a video tomorrow that's going to blow your mind. But go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
It's in
Don't tell people I'm your side chick. No, I'm not. That's a complete joke.
It's about women settling for a gay man. But go ahead. I've talked about it before, but this is the reality. This is going to become a reality right now.
It is the reality. Yeah. I know some, and I'm like, your man is lighting the loafers.
Right.
Woo, woo, woo. That download stuff is. When will you be live streaming? Because I could comment on some of that
It's
stuff.
not live stream. I already uploaded it. I'm just finishing up. It's
Okay, we might need to do
video.
a live on that, JR, because I know some women. I'm like, girl, you know your husband got some sugar in his tank, but they're okay with that.
It's sweet like candy. You can get him. You can get the brother now or later. Say less.
Because you have more women to men, and women are going to say, "Okay, I'm going to accept this."
A lot of times you're overlooking good men, and I will always say that women will overlook good men or just an average dude. You know,
I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done that.
And then say, "There's no good men." I've done something on that. Oh, there's no good men, and they're like, ma'am, right here." No,
well, no, you know, those women who say there are no good men, they have a high VIN number. I know there are good men, and I passed one up in college. My mother's afraid that the FBI is going to come and get me. She's like, you have to watch your mouth, Laura. You got to watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go. Much love. Thank you.
Have a good night, Lottie Dottie.
Have a good night, Lottie Dottie. Shout out to DC. Shout out to the district.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Lottie Dottie's always a pleasure.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.